Hey, what's up, middle school? So I've been getting a lot of feedback from teachers, and I've getting a lot of messages from both you and your parents. It seems that time management is a skill that we're all struggling with right now. So I wanted to make a quick video to kind of help you guys out. So consider this your first edition of Stingray Help with Mr. Davis. So we're talking today about your time management skills. So as we transition to learning at home, a lot of you guys have really dug into being able to be comfortable, and you're doing your lessons like chilling out in your bed, and you've been wearing pajamas all day. And learning from home definitely has its benefits, but as you've probably been able to tell over time, that if we don't continue learning in a structured way, it starts to pile up really, really quick. And so you might be running into this right now where you're like, I don't know how to do all this work and it's all piling up and I'm super stressed and, Mr. Davis, help me. So today we're going to talk about being able to take a step back and re-list our priorities for the day, create a schedule for ourselves, and then to identify where we're wasting our time so that we're more efficient with our work. So today we're going to go through this time management skills, but I know you guys, most of you are probably going to click into the video, start watching it, and you're not even going to reach the point in which I'm talking right now, which is sad because what I'm telling you is that I'm going to add an incentive to this. So at the end of this video, there's going to be a file that goes along with it where you're going to create your own little planner, and you're going to identify not only your priorities for each day, but you're also going to identify what your biggest time wasters are. So every middle school student who turns in that little file at the end of this, you can either take a picture, you can write it down, message it to me on Edmodo, send it to me via email, any of those. So every student who does that is going to be entered into a raffle, and then I'm going to draw names, and then we're going to send you guys virtual gift cards that you guys can then use. So it goes beyond Live School Store. We're talking about like actual money you can use to go purchase things, okay? So let's go ahead and get started on that note. So hopefully you're still with me. Let's move on. Time management skills. So the first question is, how can I become a lifelong learner? Well, guys, the first thing you need to understand is that we're talking about somebody who doesn't stop learning. So we all have talked about growth mindset before. I know especially our sixth graders, we talked about growth mindset for the last couple of years in your character ed classes during elementary. Being a lifelong learner means that when somebody presents a new way or new information to you, you don't automatically shut them out. You believe that even when you're an adult, you still have the ability to learn how to do something in a new way. That you might have a tried and true way that seems to work for you, but it doesn't hurt to be, it doesn't hurt to listen and be receptive to what other people have as far as ideas go. Now, this is going to be especially true for you guys as you transition into high school, into college, and into the real workplace. If you don't continue a mindset of being a lifelong learner, you're going to run into an issue where you might have an outdated practice, or a technology that no one uses anymore. The way computers and software is nowadays, you have to stay on top of those. You have to constantly be learning new programs in order to stay up to par. For instance, all of your teachers, regardless of how great they were in the classroom, had to learn this system of learning and teaching online. We all had to learn how to use Zoom correctly. So if you don't become a lifelong learner, you're really limiting your potential. So by the end, we're going to talk about the importance of these skills, come up with some strategies you can use, and create a new set of skills that work best for you. So what is time management? So you can pause this video, answer this question real quick. I'll be able to see it when I look at it online. What are some things that you guys waste time on? Is it playing video games? Maybe you're spending too much time sleeping. So go ahead and collaborate here. So why do we waste time? What is the biggest reason you think that we start to procrastinate? And when you do waste time, what are you typically doing? And then just right off the bat, how do you think you could change those habits? What are some things you could put in place so that you're not wasting so much time, especially with those specific things you listed? All right. So why is time management important? Hopefully we all know this one by now, but being able to manage our time helps reduce our stress. It also helps us get things done in a fashion where the things that are most important are out of the way, and we can tackle the less important things later. So as I mentioned before, it's about using our time efficiently and spend as much time as possible on the things that we love to do. So you can't think, pair, share with other people in the classroom. So what I want you guys to do instead is there's got to be someone in your home, or hopefully there is. Um, think, pair, share with them. What are some things that they could try to do to be efficient with their time, and what strategies do they use when it comes to time management? Okay, so if you read this article, you're going to talk about taking inventory of your personal time, creating a schedule for yourself, and when there's not enough time in the day. There's only 24 hours each day. That's it. No more, no less. So you're going to read this article, focus on these 3 topics, and then on the next screen, I'll be able to tell whether or not you actually read the article. See? So what were some of the strategies for time management presented in the article? All right, digging a little deeper. Changing our bad habits. So the problem with switching to online learning is that no one expected for this to happen, right? So it's allowed some of us to fall into a habit that we might have only done on the weekend before, but now we're kind of getting into it where it is all the time. And unfortunately, learning hasn't stopped. You are still required to log online and get your hours done and get your homework done and your classwork done. And so if you've built up bad habits, you're going to find that they're becoming harder and harder to break. Those of you who would typically only sleep in on a Saturday morning are now sleeping in on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning. And so that's really hurting your capability of getting your work done in a timely manner. All right, so you're going to watch this quick video all about time management solutions. In this video, they're going to explain the file that you need to fill out for that incentive at the end of this lesson. Speaking of that incentive, what you're going to do is you can either do the draw it here and fill it out, or you can skip ahead through these 3 slides. And when you skip ahead in those three slides, you're going to either fill it out and take a picture of it and send it to me for the incentive, or you're going to type it in another document and send it to me. However you want to submit it is totally fine, but you're going to go through those 3 things. First step is recording, so writing down what you do on an hourly basis each day. Analyzing, so finding those times where you're really wasting your time and you could have been doing something more productive. And then your habits, how are you going to change? So listing those priorities, the things you know you need to get done first. So our next question is, how can you use your time more efficiently? So share what you've used from creating that planner. And then you're going to answer a couple questions. So if John is a freshman in high school and he's having difficulty keeping up with his work, what suggestion would you give him to help him succeed? Same kind of question. You've got a big science fair project to do. Here's the project. You're going to get this. You're going to get these 3 substances. See which one melts ice the fastest. Between getting the materials, carrying out the experiment, and then writing up your science lab report, how would you do that? If you have Monday through Friday to do it, how could you split that up to where it's not all Friday at 9:00 p.m. trying to get it all done, right? So time management, how would you do it in a fashion to where you are capable of getting it done without feeling stressed? Skip that one. This especially goes out to my 8th grade friends. Everyone needs to answer it, but 8th grade especially. What new responsibilities are you going to have in high school? How are you going to manage your time effectively? To my friends who are aspiring to go to Paxton and Stanton and those college preparatory schools or college preparatory programs and other high schools, what are you going to do to be prepared for that increased workload? Because we're not talking about just like a small step. We're talking about a pretty giant leap up. Anyone who has a sibling who's currently in Paxton or Stanton will tell you that it is a very difficult program that requires a complete shift in your mindset in order to accomplish. It's not something where you can just kind of come home and maybe you do a little bit of work here and you put off the rest till tomorrow morning, try to do it on your way to school. A lot of those students who are in those higher programs are using their time at lunch, are using the time immediately as soon as they get home from school, and they're working late into the night to get their homework done. So just know that you do have increased responsibilities. Your parents are going to take a step back in high school because at this point they are going to feel like you are prepared enough, that we hopefully have prepared you enough to be ready for it. So what are you going to do to make sure that you will be able to manage your time effectively? And next question is, what could you do starting today, starting immediately, to improve your time management? Do you have some pretty blank walls in your room? Maybe it's time to put up a schedule for yourself. Maybe it's time to list it all out. So from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, maybe you're setting alarms on your phone. And so an alarm goes off every time you need to switch from one subject to the next. Maybe you're getting really good at using that calendar on your phone, so that it sends you little notifications when the next thing is up for you to do, when that next Zoom call is coming up with your teachers. Maybe it's even limiting yourself when you're playing video games or you're doing some kind of other leisure activity. Maybe you physically set an alarm on your phone and set it across the room so that when it goes off, you have to stop what you're doing and go get it. If you're someone who's sleeping in, maybe once again, you're setting an alarm on your phone and putting it across the room so it's not so easy just to hit the snooze button and keep going. Okay? All right, so quick reflection. How do you feel about time management? Still feel a little confused about what it means? Do you think you need more practice? Or you feel prepared to manage your time? All right, so middle school, hopefully you guys made it through this whole video. You finished the Nearpod with me. This, of course, is not the code. This is the code if we were doing a live session together. The code that you need to do yourself is going to be located in the post about this. Once again, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, you know that I need the record, analyze, and change sheet from you. And everyone who submits that to me will be put into a random drawing, and then I will draw, let's say 3 kids. I'll draw 3 people to win a gift card, okay? All right, so I hope you guys are hanging in there. This is our new norm for a while, so I need you guys to really kind of focus in and use some of these time management skills. First and foremost, if you are feeling stressed, my office hours are 9:30 to 10:30 and 2:30 to 3:30 every day. If you need to just get on a Zoom chat with me and just vent and say like, "Oh, I'm freaking out," and just tell me all about it, then I'm here for you. That's my job. So I'm more than happy to jump on a call with you and help calm you down, and maybe we can come up with a schedule together. But if you don't already have a plan in place, if you don't already have a workspace set up somewhere in your house or in your apartment, in your room, do that first. You're going to find that it's not so easy to work if you're kind of lounging in your bed and you're really comfortable for the day. Those small things of waking up each morning, getting dressed for school, brushing your teeth, they might seem like small, little tiny things we don't need to worry about now, but each one of those was a step in helping you feel prepared for the day. So if you're lacking that preparation, and that's one of the things that has been holding you back, is you just don't feel like you want to learn, maybe that's the step you need to take this weekend. Get back on track with waking up at a decent time. Make sure you're brushing your teeth in the morning, you're eating a quick breakfast, and then sitting in a place where you can work and be productive. A place away from TV, away from video games, for most of you, even away from your phone. All right. So if you have any questions, you have any concerns, please reach out to me. You can message me on Edmodo. If you can't get Edmodo to work for whatever reason, my email is jadavis@southsidecharter.org. All right. So if you need anything, please let me know, and we'll be back with another Stingray Help Desk next week. Bye, guys.